KNWA Today.
It is 5:24. Each week we highlight the best and brightest individuals Northwest Arkansas has to offer. This morning's mover and shaker is an advocate of education, and for over 4 decades he's helped shape and mold the minds of children in our area with dedication, determination, and patience.
When you become a teacher, you want to come in to save the world, you know. I have to say, Johnny, you can't save everybody.
Not all superheroes wear capes.
I have a calling, and that calling was to be a servant leader and give back to my community.
But Fayetteville Superintendent John L. Colbert is an ordinary person who embraces an extraordinary calling. Born and raised in Barton, a small town in the Arkansas Delta, Colbert was the youngest in a large family. He experienced racial segregation in the school system as a child until his high school years in the early 70s.
We changed things because, you know, that was what right after school had integrated and all. So, of course, they were saying we would not be as successful as we did coming from a predominant African-American school going into a predominant white school, but we changed history.
Colbert shattered the glass ceiling, becoming student council president and valedictorian, a first for an African-American in the school's history. And for much of his success, he credits his teacher, Mr. Harris.
He wanted to make sure that, hey, we could have a voice, and we knew how to defend that with what he had taught us. So he gave us that solid foundation of history and what it entails and what we could and couldn't do.
He took that philosophy to the University of Arkansas in 1977 with aspirations of becoming an educator.
I had that mindset that, hey, I was going to go in and be that champion for every kid. I was going to save every kid, and every kid was going to be successful.
After graduation, Colbert stayed in Fayetteville, taking his first teaching job in special education at the former Bates Elementary. 4 years in, his leadership was recognizable, so much so that he was offered an administrator role in Fort Smith, a job he would hold for 3 years.
I hated to leave the classroom, but I felt that those doors had been opened to me, and so I decided to step out in that and go and become that principal in Fort Smith.
He would return to Fayetteville, becoming the first principal at Holcomb Elementary, transitioning into several roles within the school district. This past July, after 40 years of service, Colbert was named as the district's top official superintendent.
My parents always used to tell me, say, hey, be patient, because those who are patient, good things shall happen to them.
Colbert considers himself a guardian of developing future generations in the Fayetteville area. Just like a typical superhero, with great power comes great responsibility.
How the people, the students, teachers receive me and embrace me, you know, I say, hey, why should I ever leave this profession?
Now, along with his role as Holcomb's Elementary's first principal, Colbert also helped initiate the district's special education policy. He was also a part of the group that helped rename the former 6th Street in Fayetteville to what we now know today as Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. For more on Colbert and other stories from this series, search Movers and Shakers on our website, nwahomepage.com.